Since independence, Kenya has implemented major reforms to make education affordable and accessible to every citizen.
The sector also has made, historically, substantial and tremendous progress, especially regarding the issues of access, equity, inclusion, quality, and relevance across the sectors.
One of the latest key reform measures in the higher education sector is the introduction of the higher education funding model introduced in 2023.
I am happy to announce to the country that finally we have a new funding model for our universities and our TVETs in the Republic of Kenya that will provide adequate resources that are predictable and that are adequate for the teaching of our children, because we believe that as a country, the single biggest resource we have as a nation is our human capital.
On the advice of the Presidential Working Party on Education Reforms, the government introduced the higher education funding model as a visionary approach to tackling the financial challenges faced by public universities and technical and vocational education institutions across the country.
One of the latest reform measures has been achieved through the rollout of the new higher education funding model, which seeks to give students more access to quality education and also free individual universities from the perennial financial challenges that have caused them to pile up pending bills of up to 70.7 billion.
What necessitated this is basically our universities were suffering from increasing debt, and this was necessitated because for about 35 years now, the model that was put in place had not been changed. So the costs for running these institutions was growing, and this was not supporting the universities. We were funding the universities based on the DUC, which was block funding for universities, and it was not looking at the specific needs of the students.
To sort out the biggest problem ya mambo ya elimu ya vyuo zetu. The biggest problem, vyuo zetu nikiongea na wewe saa hizi, karibu zote zinafungwa. It has taken my administration to sort out, kwa sababu wale wote wamekuwa wakimbia kutoka changamoto hiyo kwa miaka 20. But I want to tell you, we have put our education system now on sound footing.
This new model marks a significant shift on funding the higher education sector in Kenya by prioritizing students' financial needs.
The government has resolved that university funding will henceforth be student-centered and be apportioned to individual students according to their level of need.
We have been able to move from the differentiated unit cost that was there before to a need-based and student-centered program for sustainability, so that all the students are funded based on their level of needs.
We have been categorized according to our social needs or social statuses, I'd say. And it is of benefit, I'd say, because there is a scholarship which I don't think was there before, and there is the upkeep, which is really beneficial to us as students, no matter the background.
The model is being implemented jointly by Universities Fund, Higher Education Loans Board HELB, Kenya Universities Colleges Central Placement Service COOPS, and State Department for Technical and Vocational Education and Training.
Number one is Higher Education Loans Board, which gives loans. Number two is Kenya University Central Placement Service, which places these students before they are funded. And then there is the Universities Fund, which gives scholarships to the students. And lastly, TVET, State Department of TVET, which funds, using the same model, TVET students.
To receive scholarships, students are required to formally apply on the Higher Education Funding Portal, www.hef.co.ke.
We have a joint website www.hef.co.ke. HEF stands for Higher Education Financing. They upload the documents that will be required, give their details, which will be used for the means testing. They should be able to provide their photo, income of parents, any support that they received before they joined university in terms of any scholarship they were given, the support they were given by CDF, all those details, so that it can help us know that this student is needy. They upload all that information and everything is online, and then we shall be able to process.
The first cohort to benefit from the new funding model comprised students who sat the Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education examination in 2022.
The new model of funding higher education to be implemented effective this academic year 2023-2024 will commence with a new cohort of 173,127 students joining universities and 145,325 students joining TVETs.
As Kenya strives to ensure education for all, the new higher education funding model stands as a beacon of hope for generations to come.
Personally, it has helped me in sustaining my education in campus.
I think it is sufficient in that whatever category I have been placed, the percentage which I am supposed to pay as household fee is manageable, I'd say.
The government is committed to promoting access to university education and promoting financial support to students to ensure no one is left behind.